I am with Donny Rennalls. Looking back on a hugely disappointing 3-2 defeat against Worcester Park in the Premier Challenge Cup. Tough to know what to say after a game like that. At 2-1 with 5 minutes to go, safe to say we looked fairly comfortable. And then once they equalised, there was only ever going to be one team who was going to win it.
Yeah, this game unfortunately come down to heart and desire. To be fair to Worcester Park, they had it in abundance. They had it much more than we did. The last 10 minutes of the game, I think we was complacent because we'd thought we'd won it. So not that we stepped off the mark, but we just, again, it's just the heart and desire. And once they'd scored from the mistake that we made, that was it. Their tails were up, and we didn't have another gear to go up. So thoroughly disappointing in that.
Yeah. Once they scored, they had 3 other chances, good chances. I mean, Michael's made a ridiculously good save down at his right-hand post. We had Bogle hook one off the line, and there was another one which I think Tance hooked off the line. No, they hit the post.
Yeah,
it could have been 4 or 5.
Yeah, it was an onslaught, and I mean the concerning thing is it's a semi-final, and you know that to get to a final you got to put your bodies on the line, and they wanted it more, and that's where it come down to. It just come down to heart and desire, and they had it in abundance today.
When you look at the game, first half, although we had a 2-1 lead, it wasn't a great advert for non-league football. It was very bitty, lots of passes going astray. I think we got the ball down twice, and that's when we scored. They got the ball down a couple of times, probably once was when they scored. Second half, we came out of the blocks quite quickly. Probably should have been 3 or 4-1 up within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The keepers made 2 really good saves. But after that, it turned into a proper game of football with nothing being given, no quarter being given, both sides going for it. And as I say, we looked as if we were going to hang on for that 2-1 win. Then they scored. And that changed the whole dynamic massively.
Yeah, and I think it's a beauty of cup games. I mean, obviously it's horrific for us and a nightmare for us today, but that's the beauty of cup games. You know, anything can happen at any stage as long as you make sure you're within touching distance. And really, the plan was to go and kill them off. You know, kill them off, and then that would be it. But we didn't, and we paid the ultimate penalty for it. 2-1's never enough.
No, you're right, and all credit to them. I mean, they hung in there at the start of the second half. They grew stronger as the game went on, and I think in the end they were probably deserved winners.
Yeah, I mean, what's the part? There's no ifs or buts about it. They deserve to win it. I think we looked across, we saw how they played, and we didn't really see a threat in anything they had. Again, I keep reiterating it. It was their heart and desire that just kept them through it. And as long as you're literally in that game, it doesn't matter what time, you've always got a chance. We were supposed to kill their hope, and we didn't do that. So that's where we paid the ultimate penny.
Fair enough. We made a couple of changes. We took off 2 fairly robust forwards for 2 slighter players. Do you think we lost a little bit of control of the game at that stage?
The idea was to open the game up a little bit because it was just coming down the middle, down the throat all the time. So we thought if we could open it up with the width, which are just slightly not as physical players. If you could open up with that, then we might open up the game and have a chance again. But obviously it did pay off. The ball just hit straight down the middle, which did play into the hands. So in hindsight, maybe not.
Yeah, it seemed that sort of once Darryl went off, everything started going long, and Michael, for all his qualities, winning the ball against a giant centre half.
Yeah, it played into the hands, straight into the hands, yeah.
Okay, well, obviously this is done and dusted for another year. We now move on to Tuesday night, which is going to be another huge encounter. Camberley Town. It's going to be very similar to today. Slopey pitch, big physical side. You've got to lift the boys up because we have to get 3 points in that game. No ifs or buts.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think for me personally, the cup game is completely different from league business. So I think we come in a little bit too relaxed, a little bit cocky. To be fair, higher, we're in a high position, and I think psychologically, even if you pretend that you don't, you're not superior to a team, you still, we come in with that attitude sort of thing, and I think we paid the penny. Tuesday night, that will not be the case. We go in Tuesday, we know league business is the paramount of our season anyway. I don't see us having a problem Tuesday, to be brutally honest with you.
Cool. Obviously Tuesday we'll have Asa back, we'll have Malachi and Tom Neal, who are both cup-side today, back. That'll give us a few more options, a bit more of a physical presence as well.
I mean, physical presence, and again, as you said, a bit of an extra option, because today the squad we had out today was more than capable, so that's not even an excuse,
Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. Well, I guess all we can do is say congratulations to Worcester Park.
Definitely.
We wish them very well in the final. It's a crying shame that they're not going to get promoted because of the ground. They'd be a credit to the Premier Division if they did get up.
Yeah, you know, like you said, yeah, good luck to Worcester Park, and we just have to get over it.